We are expensive and we are a ripoff. That's what the majority of the people seem to think in our last video. Now look, I admit I made this video to wind up as many people as possible, and it worked. But putting that aside, let's talk prices. Our burgers start at €10 for the classic smash and the plain Jane. This is the standard price for a smash burger anywhere in Dublin. Keep in mind, we don't use frozen processed patties. We use a specific blend of high quality fresh mince, and that comes at a price. For our buns, we don't use cheap burger buns. We use high quality, extra large size brioche buns, which again come at a price. We do also have more expensive burgers. Our chili cheese is €12 and our belly buster is $14.50, but they're nicer burgers, they cost more to make, so we charge more. And yes, that is a lot to pay for a burger, but you don't have to go for the expensive option. You can just go for the classic or the plain Jane for €10. Now to make it a meal, we charge €5 for a portion of chips and a drink. The standard price for a portion of chips anywhere in Dublin right now is €4, whether they're frozen or not. We charge $3.50 for a portion of chips on their own, or €5 with the drink, and it's a full portion of chips, not a half portion. And yes, our chips are frozen because we just don't have the space to process fresh chips. However, the chips we use are the McCain's SureCrisp, which are one of the highest quality and most expensive chips on the market. Of course, we could go for a much cheaper option, but we don't. We go for one of the highest quality options available. Another thing that was mentioned is these are sit-in prices. You see, people seem to think it costs us less to make the food because we don't have a big restaurant, but that's not necessarily true. While our rent is lower, and yes, we do pay rent, our labor costs are higher per item. We work in a small space, which means smaller equipment. Smaller equipment is slower. So in the same time that it takes us to make 10 burgers, a restaurant can make 15 to 20 burgers with bigger and more efficient equipment, and we're still paying the same labor cost. So it all kind of balances out and ends up costing the same more or less. So overall, for the products we are selling, we are very much within the standard market range and we're not more expensive than other places. Now, of course, I understand that everyone's budget is different and some people just don't have the money to spend 10, 15 or €20 on a burger meal. That's okay. There are plenty of cheaper options available on the market. But for this category of product, these are the prices we have to charge to be profitable. And I think I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of other businesses in the hospitality industry here. The cost of ingredients right now are through the roof, with constant price increases. Not to mention the rising labor cost and the higher VAT rate. So we're not hiking the prices up to put more money in our pockets. We're simply trying to stay afloat and make a living.